Hi, I'm Chris, also known as That French Bloke, and in this video I'm going to review this camera, the Nikon FM10. I will also compare it to its granddad, the original Nikon FM from 1977. The Nikon FM was introduced in 1977. It quickly gained popularity thanks for its reputation of reliability and also its mechanical shutters that let you take pictures even when the battery ran out. After a few years in production, it was replaced by the Nikon FM2, which added a faster shutter speed. In 1996, Nikon came up with this camera, the FM10. Originally, the FM10 was intended to the Asian market. It was supposed to be a cheap way to enter into the Nikon family. As it was to be designed for being a cheap camera, Nikon basically brought all the good stuff from the FM, its mechanical shutter, its simplicity, and brought it into 1996 way of doing camera. This means it's light and plasticky, but at the heart you still have Nikon FM. While intended for the Asian market, when it was released, distributors around the world wanted to be able to sell the FM10, and quickly the FM10 was available in all markets. The FM10 is a true survivor. It is still on the market today, almost 25 years after its release. It's also one of the very few cameras you'll find that is very basic. There's no automatism at all. You can measure the light, but you have to set the aperture and the speed yourself before you can take a picture. There's no autofocus either. It's really photography at its core, and that's what makes it such an interesting camera today. But before we go further, let's take a closer look at the camera. So this is a Nikon FM10. So let's have a look at the different commands. What do you have on the top plate? The rewind button that double up as the opening for the back door, but as you see there is no safety on this one. Here you have the speed selection that double up as well as ISO selection when you lift that outer ring. The release button, and that is a rewind button, but it also acts like on the FM as a on and off switch. So to take picture you need to be into that position and you can take picture, and then you can rewind. This is like on the FM if you want to do a double exposure on your film. If I compare it to the original FM, you can see that it's very similar, everything in the same place. Okay, except that here everything is metal, and that on the FM you have a safety. That means that you can't open the door by mistake. If you look at the front, once again, very similar. Okay, original FM has here a socket for an external flash. The FM10 doesn't. However, there's lots of such sockets that you can plug here, so that's not a big issue. You have the depth of field preview at the same place. Both have also a self shutter monitor here. So if you look here, you have an exposure button here. If you press it, you will see the LED lighting up in the viewfinder in the same way that when you press here on the original FM, it's only there. Bottom plates are very similar. Batteries there is in plastic as well. Here it's metallic. Obviously the FM can take an electric motor that the FM10 doesn't, but I mean that's not part of what you want. An FM10 The last difference is that here, I mean, two differences on the FM, original FM, you have that little window that lets you see the aperture from the viewfinder, and also you have this little thing here that you can press to push that away if you want to use pre-AI lenses. So, as you can tell, very similar cameras, one all made of plastic, one all made of metal, this one all made of plastic. I have to say, I quite like the champagne color they used, that's very good. And also, last thing, the kit lens, it's a Nikon 35-70mm. To be honest, I doubt that's a Nikon lens. To me, it doesn't look like one. I've never seen one like that with only 3 screws at the back. My guess is that it's a Cosina lens that's been given a Nikon bayonet and that's been rebranded as a Nikon, but it doesn't look or feel like any Nikon lens. I know. Doesn't mean that it's necessarily a bad lens, but... So, have you seen? It is really a Nikon FM, but you do lose two important things to me. The most important one is the ability to see your aperture in the viewfinder. That little window that disappeared is a great issue to me because, like most photographers, I tend to select my aperture depending on how I want the picture to look like and set the speed to match. Not being able to see the aperture in the viewfinder is an issue. The other issue is that on this camera, if you mount earlier lens, pre-AI lens, you will destroy the body of this camera. If you want to know more about that issue with older lens on newer Nikon body, click the link here and I have a video just on that issue. So, in a nutshell, the FM10 is an updated version of the FM. It keeps the same philosophy on a more plasticky body. It doesn't have the durability of the former camera, but it's still a very good and very interesting camera. But does it mean that you should buy one? If you look on the Nikon USA website today, you will see that this camera is for sale at $570. $570 is quite a lot of money for such a basic camera. If you look on the same website, you'll find that the Nikon D3500 is for sale at $500, and you can have the Nikon D5600 for $600, only $30 more. Those two digital SLR are much more evolved than the FM10, and I imagine they cost much more to build. So why is this so expensive? Well, certainly because it's one of the few film SLR that remain on the market. Nikon sells another one, which is a Nikon F6, which is a professional SLR. It worth more than $2,000 and it's a brilliant camera. But I don't believe for a minute that this camera is worth $570. Does it mean that you should buy it second-hand? Well, that's an interesting question. It looks like the high value or the high price of the camera brand new has trickled down to the second-hand market. If I look on eBay, I can see that body only will sell between $80 and $100. With a kit lens, you're talking about $130 to $150. Much better than the $570 brand new, but when you compare to what you can have for the same price, you can see that the original FM, body only, is available for between $80 to $100, and with a 50mm lens, you will find it for about $130 to $150 as well. Basically, the same price as the FM10. And what you have for the same price is a camera that, to me, it's better. If you're talking about image quality, or there's no difference at all. None. The only one is actually a bit better on the FM10 is because you have a faster shutter speed. That can be an advantage if you want to take like portrait with a wide aperture outside. But that's the only case, and to me it's not that important. But what you gain with this camera, it's a sturdy camera, a camera that will not let you down, a camera that is nice to use. You're not feeling like you're playing with a toy and plasticky. No, that is a cold metal. It's weight in your hand. It's a great feeling to use this camera, something that you will not experience with a plastic camera like the FM10. So in short, the FM10 is a good camera. It's not worth the price it costs to get one. So if someone give you FM10, use it. It's great. If you have the opportunity to buy one for cheap, do it. But if you are thinking about spending $100 or $150 for one, think twice. You know, consider that one. My advice, go for that one. You won't regret it. So this concludes our video. Thanks for watching it. I hope you enjoyed it. And if you did, please subscribe. Please like the video as well and share it with your friend. I'm a reseller based in France. I sell cameras on eBay and on other platforms, and over the years I've learned a lot about cameras, and I've learned a lot about how you can get them cheap and how to get the best money out of them when you resell them, which are the one to buy, which are the one to avoid, and it's all that knowledge that I'm trying to share with you on this channel. So don't hesitate to subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you next time.